We have special guest in the studio today, Samuel. He's a Brighton-based pop electro artist. How are you, Samuel?
I'm good, I'm really good.
Welcome to Maritime Radio. We do appreciate you coming in all the way from Brighton.
Happy to be here.
It's good. Describe to me your kind of music, what you do.
So it's definitely DIY electro pop. I sing and write and produce it. It's got a little flair of the 80s and something a bit more current as well.
Oh, that's exciting. Some of it's very catchy. I like it. It's a different kind of sound. Is it reflective of where you are living? Because London and Brighton, it can be quite different.
Yeah, it's definitely like a hybrid of my journey and the music I was influenced by growing up. I mean, I used to listen to a lot of music with my mum, and she loves like the New Romantics, Duran Duran, Depeche Mode. So that was just from like 9 and 10 years old. I brought up even with that music, and I think that seeps into the stuff I make. So my music is a little bit 80s inspired, but then it's also a bit more current.
Love it. How did you get started?
So I started making little short films, and then it frustrated me that I couldn't make the music for it. So I just knocked on my dad's door one day and asked him to teach me a bit of piano, and from there I taught myself production and recording, really, and just started from the ground up. It was quite organic.
Excellent. What is your creative process? Are you a writer? Are you a producer?
Both, yeah. So I'd say probably like 90% of the music you hear from me I've produced myself. Definitely all the songs you've heard today I've written it, I've done the production. I always get somebody else to mix and master just because it makes it sound fresh. But yeah, I do as much of it as I can.
Is that hard? Is that difficult?
It's difficult when you're working on a song for a while because you can't really see the wood from the trees.
Yeah.
You know, you have to learn to leave it and come back. But I love it. I'm a control freak, so if I can do everything, I will.
What are you writing about? Is it personal experiences? Is it people? Because listening to some of your lyrics today, I got the impression you were singing about a particular person.
Yeah, a lot of it's like exes. Exes are good. You never run out of things to say about exes. Some of the stuff is a little bit more fictional, so it will come from something that happened, but I'll spin it in a different way. But most of the time, it's pretty autobiographical, yeah.
Oh, that's juicy.
I know.
That's juicy. Talk to us about your new song. I'm going to play it around 9:30, but tell me about your new song. It's called I Need Space.
Yeah, I love this song. It's such a current representation of where I'm at the moment. I wrote it about getting out of a relationship and kind of figuring out that I was better off being single. And I think a lot of the time people need to remember that being on your own is sometimes the best option, and it's also a bit of a banger, so it kind of it's nice to listen to.
We're excited. 9:30 will premiere the new song.
I'm excited.
Really excited. What's the response to your music? Do you get a different response to where you go? Because I know you've done festivals in the south of the country. Is it different in London as it is?
Oh yeah, I mean I've been making music for 5 years and probably singing it live for probably 4.5 years, so for the majority of it, and I've had the most varied reactions. Everyone responds differently, but I will say the one thing I get all the time is that my songs are catchy. Everyone says catchy, so I take that as a compliment. Yeah.
What's it like doing festivals? So I've seen videos of you at festivals, and what's that like?
Oh, it's crazy. It's so different to performing in an enclosed venue, because the one I did last year at Frimley Lodge Live was phenomenal. It was an outdoor weekend event. Stage was huge. So obviously from a performance perspective, you have to fill up more space. And obviously the crowd is further away. So it's almost a bit of a pantomime performance in the sense that, you have to exaggerate your movements. But it's great. It's a great challenge. It's lovely working with. What I had for that show was smoke and lighting effects. And it's wonderful to work with different elements.
And I guess you get the instant audience reaction. This song is really good. This song is not really good, because how they're reacting, if they're dancing, if they're moving.
I feed off of it as well, so I really notice if people like it or not. Even people that don't seem to enjoy it when I'm up on stage, sometimes those people do say afterwards, they come up and they compliment me on my stage presence. So even if they don't like the song, they see the artistry, which is nice. Because
you are an excellent performer. You performed for me somewhere else in Streatham. You did a whole live session. Yeah. So you are good.
Thank you.
I'm excited for that. Let's talk about your new track. Tell me about your track.
So I Need Space, it's electro pop. It's a little bit more current and fresh. That's what people have been kind of telling me, compared to my other sort of more 80s inspired music. And it's an empowerment song about going it alone and being happy with having your own space.
Yeah. Where did you film the video? Because it looks all, I don't know, it looks very seaside towny, but not Brighton. Where did you film it?
Yeah, I filmed it in Brighton.
Did you?
I did, yeah. There's the pier in the shots, Brighton Pier.
Excellent. Let's have a listen to the track, and then you can tell me some more information, how it's going, the response, and all that kind of good stuff. Let's have a listen to it. So it's I Need Space, and the artist is Samuel. How does that feel?
Feels good. I like hearing it on the radio.
Wow. Who was that about?
A combination of many exes.
Wow. You've had that many?
Well, just a handful. But I'm normally the one that walks away from things, so it's kind of an amalgamation of a few exes.
What's been the response to your music?
Great. This song has kind of done what my other songs haven't been able to do. People have really, really loved it, and I've been getting messages off people which I've had from other songs, but not in the quantity that this one has. So it just feels great.
And they're liking it.
Yeah,
they're really embracing
I'm really proud.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you play any of your own instruments? What was this setup on that track?
So I play keyboard. And then, because I do my music production, I use MIDI keyboards, so I program in different strings, and I normally make my own beats, but for that one I use loops.
Is it hard trying to get the music out there? Because you're not based in London, and I feel when I'm in Brighton personally, you feel so far away from everything. So
I know what you mean. To be fair, the struggle in Brighton is the same as the struggle in London. There's so much music out there. Like, it's great. Streaming has allowed everyone to make music and put it out if they want to. You can put it on YouTube. But the competition is that much more fierce. So I feel like wherever you are, it's always a struggle to get your music out, but I've always been quite proactive. So, I've not got a manager, I've not got a label behind me. Everything I do is self-initiated, and I like it that way. The rewards feel better because I've earned it,
How different is the music scene? Because you perform in London, you perform in Brighton. Do you notice a big difference in audience, reactions, music?
Yeah, I definitely say the electronic scene in London is obviously way bigger than Brighton, but Brighton has an amazing acoustic scene and, more rock-based. It varies everywhere, but I love that. I love never knowing, because it makes you hungry as a performer. Every time I get on the stage, I don't know what the reaction's going to be. Even if people have paid to come, I never know who's going to enjoy it. So I'm always on my A game, and I'm always ready to be thrown with whatever comes my way.
And I've seen it on your social media. You are always just giving 100%, and it's.
Thank you.
I've never been to a festival, but I almost want to go to see how you perform and how.
Next time I perform, I'll let you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when we listen to your music, I played a few tracks today. I played Sweet Addiction.
I heard. Thank you.
You've been listening. How lovely. We just played I Need Space. You've got so many other tracks. I need to be careful because one of the titles are a bit not for today. What kind of message do you want people to take away from your music?
Enjoy it. Literally, there's so much going on in the world. There's so many crazy things going on. Music should be a release and an enjoyable thing.
I Need Space track, it's a more, you're thinking about it, you're listening to the lyrics, you're taking it in, you're trying to empathise.
It's a bit like what Morrissey does, because I love Morrissey, because he makes happy sounding sad songs, and that's exactly what I want to do. I love that, the idea that you can bop along and enjoy it like you said, but then if you take a little bit of time and delve into the lyrics, they tell a story. I'm not just singing about random things.
Excellent, I'm excited. We're definitely going to play I Need Space one more time before the show finishes. Where can we find out more about you? Where can we listen to your music? Obviously on Maritime Radio.
Of course.
Where can we listen to your music, find out more about you?
So, if you want to check out everything all at once, it's samuel-official.com. That's my official website. Or if you're on socials, at I Am Samuel Music, all one word. That's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and you'll find all my music. And Spotify, just search Samuel I Need Space and I'll pop up.
And if we want to see you perform anywhere, where can I go and see you perform? Do I need to go to Brighton?
No, not necessarily. I'm planning some stuff next year. I've got some potential synth festivals that I might be a part of. I can't really discuss it because it's not confirmed. But if you guys do check me out on my socials, at I Am Samuel Music, I will keep you all updated.
One last question. You performed at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern, and I was there a few weeks ago, and it is a legendary space.
Oh, it's
what was that
iconic.
Like?
It was a privilege. It was one of the most incredible events. I got to do a full set of songs. Brilliant.
One more time, where can we find out more about it? All your socials, your website, whatever you want to give to us.
Website samuel-official.com, and all my socials at I Am Samuel Music. And if you want to check me out on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music, just type in Samuel I Need Space.
Do me one last thing, introduce your brand new track for me.
You're listening to Maritime Radio. This is Samuel and my new single, I Need Space.
And that huge long intro, Samuel. Oh,
it's worth it. It's a payoff. It's coming.